Hey, everybody, welcome to Tea Time with Liz and Friends. How are you tonight? It is Monday, December 2nd. We are in our last month of the year, and I hope you are as excited as I am. Miss Joe, how you feeling? What's going on?
I am great. I am glad that it's coming towards the end of the year. It went by quick.
Okay,
Wow, it went by so fast. So happy.
literally.
How
She's
how are
so
you doing?
Girl, I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm here with our Christmas gear, our pajamas,
Yeah,
jams, and
Jimmy.
we're gonna get into this show tonight. I'm excited, but it's bittersweet because it is our finale of the season, and we have came a mighty long way, and we are gonna get into that tea tonight. But before we do, of course, if you are not following us, follow us on all of our social media platforms: IG, Facebook, YouTube. Get on the train because we are going full speed ahead, especially in 2025. So please definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel and our Facebook where you can catch up on all the tea, especially the tea that you missed this season. It was mind blowing. So also, if you have any suggestions, any comments, anything you want to share, any testimonies from you just listening to us, we would love to hear from you. You can definitely hit us up in the DMs, or you can email us at our lovely email address right there on the screen, and we will definitely make sure we respond and connect with you. We definitely want to send a special thank you, and I know we said this before, but seriously, we want to say thank you for all of you who do tune in, who do listen, who support us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, all the things. Thank you for meeting us in public and saying, "Hey, girl, hey," and letting us know that you are watching the tea and loving the tea. So we really love and appreciate you all.
Yeah,
Joe, you want to say anything on that?
you just said it all. Like, thank you for your support. It's nice to know that we do have supporters and that we're not just out here just talking to nobody or talking to ourselves. Even though I don't mind just talking to you, Liz, because we be doing our thing. We will sit here and we will talk all night, just me and you
Oh,
about the tea.
okay. Literally, it's always tea time with us, right?
Mhm.
I love it.
Always.
No, but no, seriously, you all, we thank you for all of that. So with that, we're gonna get into this tea time tonight. We're going to do a top of our episodes, a couple of them from this season. We're going to count them down. We got about, I think, 10, 11, somewhere in there. We're going to see what happens. We're just going to keep going and see what happens. So, we're going to start off with our favorite guest. Well, I shouldn't say our favorite guest. One of our favorite guests. He returned twice this season. Mr. Prescott Jones. We started off strong as we have been theming about relationships and just kind of uh, how can we heal in these different areas of relationships. So we talked about, of course, the love intimate relationship. And so Mr. Prescott Jones came on and shared a couple of nuggets with us. Go ahead and listen to this clip. Do you think she should, pay for dinner every once in a while, or buy you
Um,
something,
so I think
extravagant, not, a shirt. I'm saying,
no, so I think one is important to just understand that agreement between those two. I'm gonna go off my perspective, but I think it's also like what I'm saying. It's not law. Whatever that works with them, that
whatever.
can be it. Me personally. I think we going out. I'm the type to like pay for mostly everything, but there's a difference between like doing something for the person that you love or you care about, but understanding and knowing if you need them to do something, they'll do it.
Now, Joe, what did you think of that tea right there?
That was good tea. That was some good stuff.
Listen, he laid some stuff down, and I think, I mean, we all were very enlightened from a male's point of view,
Yes.
to hear what he had to say. But so, did you agree? Do you think that it just all depends on who the couple is.
Yeah, yeah. Because everybody has their own beliefs and what they would like to do for their significant other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He shared one more thing about financial security. So listen to this real quick.
But it's really hard, like when you're working really hard to try to really see, do people like want to date you for you, or do they want to date you for the things you can give them financially, security. Like for instance, like I'm not trying to brag, but I know like there's a sense of security I could easily offer a person financially. That's not even an issue, and I'm smart enough to realize.
Listen, that right there.
That part. That part.
Say it again. That part.
Because we do this. I don't know what's going on with this. We're in that era for some reason, where everybody's like trying to get rich or live off of the next their significant other. Like, what can they buy me? Or my man has to make this amount of money and and what they can, what?
Absolutely. And I think, sometimes even us good women, okay, because some good women out here, we get a bad rep because that's what it seems as though society of women are after these days. They just want to see who can take care of me, who could buy me the Gucci bag, the Louis Vuitton, I don't know what the other ones are called, but all the things, right? All the things. But it's not about that, like you really do want somebody that wants you for you. And sometimes you gotta kind of have to ease back on the financials and see how they really treat you. So that was an amazing clip. I enjoyed Prescott. So shout out to Mr. Prescott Jones. If you want to check that tea out, it was the episode called what, Joe? What was it called?
What was that episode? I love Who Do You Love? Who Do You Love?
Who Do You Love? There we go.
Part
two.
Yeah, Who Do You Love?
Who Do You Love? Part 2. Now we shared our parts on part 1, but definitely check out part 2. All right. Yeah. So another one of our guests, hands down, was during our Family Feud, and she blew our mind. So just listen to this clip first, and then we're going to talk about it.
Amen. Amen. And I believe that if I had obeyed God right then, I wouldn't have suffered as long as I suffered. But because I didn't have the faith, because of us as women, we don't want to be a loser. We don't want nobody to think that I lost him. She was better. She took him. I can't have him. So we're just suffering to do anything to hold on to him to make sure that we got him. So he kept on coming home. He would go there, but he came back home. And so I'm thinking, he really loved me. He cared. And, he would tell me all these lies and by all these stories that he was going to change and he was going to, and I believed it. I saw no result, but I continue on believing it and holding it. And then I had to understand what love shouldn't hurt like that. But I never will forget one day.
Woo!
See our reaction. Joe? I'm gonna let you go first.
Woo! It that hit so hard because we as women, we do that. We might not even like the dude. We might not even be super in love, but he could be treating us like dirt. But it might even hit a certain nerve at the fact that he with somebody else and she can't have him. It might bother us because what she got that I ain't got? He's with me. That's my man.
Mine.
We can't let him go because she got one up. She can't have one up on me. That's some foolishness.
Foolish. And then she brought such a point, as you saw my reaction, like, hang on a second, stop. let's talk about this. Where she said, you know, us women, once again, here we go, you know, we tend to just put ourselves in places we don't deserve. We suffer on our own for our own selfish reasons, whatever the case may be, of feeling the fear of not moving on, whatever the case may be. You know, I'm not pointing the fingers because, to be honest, I was that chick, okay? So I'm not saying that, you know, I ain't did it because I have, but it's when you come out and you finally say, you know, enough's enough and I'm worthy of more. And the Lord has deemed you worthy. And she even said that. She's like, the Lord told me I had victory. That's what she was singing at the beginning, right? And she's like, but I stayed in that disobedience. It's really about your obedience to the Lord in it all, to be honest, right? If God said no, it's no. It's a done deal in my book. But it's hard. Go ahead.
And speaking through experience, when you stay in a place when you're supposed to be gone longer, when God tells you to leave and you stay in a place longer than what you're supposed to, it takes a harder toll on you emotionally and physically and spiritually. It takes longer to recover.
Listen. Listen. And that's so true. The more years, the more damage it does to you mentally, spiritually, naturally. I mean, even your health deteriorates. Because I remember just being in my own situation and I used to get just migraines out of nowhere because of my stress level and my anxiety and just all the things. So, to be honest, y'all, you definitely need to go back and listen to Family Feud Part 2 once again with special guest Miss Ari Brown. She shares so much more of her testimony of what she went through. I mean, that woman is phenomenal. Ain't nobody did it but God, but she
Nobody.
is
Her
a
testimony.
living testimony, and we shout her out tonight for sharing and being so transparent. She didn't have to be, but she really helped us as young women, as women, period, to really know who we are, to know our worth, and to stand up for that in everything we do. So, all right. So our next clip, Joe, you want to talk about it because this is your pastor.
Our next clip, we went over it. No, the title was Church Hurt, and I don't remember, was it episode 1 or 2?
Two.
Part 1 or 2?
It was
Part
two.
2. We talked about all the different areas and the different avenues of how we have went through church hurt and overcome through church hurt, and the reason why God may take you through it. But this episode, we brought my pastor and Pastor Laverne Shelby over New Cathedral Worship Center.
Woo-hoo.
Let me know if you want the address and come and visit us.
Okay.
But it was an amazing episode. So he dropped some good nuggets. So go ahead and roll the clip.
Promise. To me, I would want to say that's church hurt. I would want to. My natural flesh. God, you've given me this promise,
Wow.
and now you want me to kill the promise?
That's good.
But
That's
then the
good.
Bible goes on to say that he had a ram in the bush.
Mm.
And so he kills the ram instead of having to kill his son. There are some things that truly hurt, but here's the thing. What is the fact of the matter? And sometimes that's where we get lost. Feelings aren't fact.
Mm.
I like that. You said feeling
Okay.
is not
Okay.
fact.
Feelings
People in the
are
back.
not fact.
Facts.
Okay, so hypothetically, are you still hypothetically a preacher? Can you break that down just for me for a little bit?
Absolutely. I certainly will. And I might get in trouble if she's watching, but I'm going to use my wonderful, beautiful wife as an example.
All
My
right.
wife, we walked, this was some years ago. She came outside and we were in this apartment complex area. She slipped on the ice and her ankle, and she's like, "Oh my God, I think it's." And she kept saying over and over again, "I think it's broke. I think I broke my ankle. I broke my. It's got to be broke. It hurts so bad." And so I asked her this question. I said, "Well, does it feel like it felt the last time you broke your ankle?" Her response to me was, "I've never broken my ankle before." So then how do you know
That's
what it
good.
feels like?
That's so good.
So feelings are not always fact.
That's good.
So
Pastor.
good.
That was good. That was good.
So you're going to have to base what is happening off of truth and or fact. What does the Bible say about it? And if it's fact, my feelings they should not necessarily be factored as the only factor in this situation.
Okay. Well,
Feelings aren't facts.
let's say it again for the people in the back.
Feelings aren't facts.
Feelings are not fact. And I just want to say I loved his analogy of how he used First Lady Shelby, and that we think we know, we think we go by this intent, this feeling inside, right? And we just like, it hurts, it's this, it's that, and we don't know that until we have the conversation, until the things are proven. We got the receipts, as we say. we cannot sit here and say that they intentionally meant to hurt me. They intentionally meant to break me and all the things. And there's one thing my pastor says, shout out to my pastor, Bishop Basie Jones Jr., is that he taught us, he said, we don't have enemies. And I was like, what? I said, yeah, I do. I got a lot of enemies out here. He's like, no, we cannot have enemies in the body of Christ. We are all brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So how can my enemy be my brother and sister when God ordained us to be in the kingdom together? Because an enemy is somebody who is literally trying to sabotage you, kill you, make sure that you do not survive in any shape or form. And that is not neither one of our intents at all. We may not agree with you. We may not like the way you handle things. We may not like your attitude and your ups and downs, but that is why we're all learning to love with the love of Christ. Amen.
Amen.
So
Amen.
I think we've all experienced church hurt, and which we shared about our experiences in episode part 1. So definitely that is another clip or episode you definitely want to check out. So our next one, okay, Dyron.
Ooh.
Just watch the clip and we'll talk about it.
That a lot of it has to do with men being vulnerable.
That part.
Come on.
That part.
and it's
About to take a shift.
right. It's a lot. It takes
That's
you.
why there was a pause, because that needed to be said.
And it's really difficult for a man to put his pride aside and say, all right, let me listen to what they're saying.
Ooh, that was so deep right there.
Listen, you might
It's
have got the
difficult.
line
It's
of
difficult.
the time of the year, okay? My
You must
God.
have said something right there. Is there
I'm
a
just
rewind
saying.
button?
So, Pastor Bishop, did you want to open up this can of worms? Why do you feel men aren't?
It goes to our identity.
What happened?
It's tied into that male ego, that male pride, that I'm right, that nothing I'm doing is wrong.
Wow.
You have to put that aside and listen. You
Ooh.
literally have to put that aside and pay attention to what's being said. And I think that most men are afraid to die so that their marriage and family can live. Because
One more again.
Woo!
What?
Most men are afraid to die so that their marriage and their family can live. A lot of your ways and a lot of your things that you grew up doing and that you want to do may not work here, and they gotta die in order for your family and your marriage to live.
The comments are flooded here.
I didn't write that down, so y'all can have that. Y'all can take that and do something with it.
Listen,
Chat room. Chat.
that is in the chat room, y'all, tonight. Somebody said, "Where the shouting emoji?" Somebody lost it. Listen.
That's right there. Identify your.
Joe, let's talk about your reactions to this.
That was so powerful. That was so powerful.
Listen, every time I hear it, I can't help it. I can't help it.
That was so powerful because and I love I don't mean this in a belittling way, but you have a lot of men that walk around with just I am the man, I am the head of the household, I know everything type of block thing on their shoulders where they won't humble themselves. You know what I'm saying? And when Dyron said that, and he's a man in leadership, you know what I mean? That just was like, yes.
Okay, it set us all free. Okay, it set a man free. It set a woman free. It set us all free. The whole family got free that night. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, let's just start with the first thing he said about just men being vulnerable. Like, they got to let go of their pride. They got to let go of, all the things and put that aside. But then he takes it at the second level again. And then he says, "Are you willing to die? Are you willing to die?" That,
I just got
listen,
excited all over again.
what? Okay, facts. Facts. And I do decree that he had the line of the year on Tea Time.
Yes, that one needs to be pinned at the top of Tea Time
Listen,
page.
do you hear me? We will definitely post this clip this week, and we'll definitely make sure that it's posted and pinned
That is
on our
hilarious.
page because
That
that
was good.
was real.
That was
real.
a powerful one. Yeah.
Yes. So shout out to our special guest, Mr. Dyron Nichols. All right. So our next clip, it was a sad clip. Because as you see, it's two of us and not three. So we'll let you watch it and then we'll talk about it. She said a whole mouthful. I know y'all are like, hang on, rewind. What'd she say? Bring it back. No, say it's not so. I know. We've had a couple weeks to process this ourselves. Okay. I'm gonna try not to cry. But for real though, we love Kawana. She has joined us in this new journey as we have elevated here on Tea Time with Liz and friends, and she has been nothing but a blessing. I know for so many of you who view and tune in, you have been an encouraging voice to letting her know she is a voice in this time and in this season, and God is just moving her expeditiously. And so for us to be sad, of course, we're human, right? But we are also full of joy. So that is just a snippet and clip, a special episode we had of saying goodbye to our sister here on Tea Time with Liz. And I'm not crying tonight. But we truly do love Kawana. So shout out to Miss Kawana. She was definitely a strong voice here on Tea Time with Liz. I know she's still watching from afar, and we love her so much. We still wanted to let her know that we would never forget that clip. We will never forget that special moment.
And she is truly missed. We miss you, Kawana.
Definitely. And we even made it a fun episode as well, talking about shift and transition and just knowing how, you know, when you have to let go, when you have to walk away, and knowing that God is moving you into something new and exciting and great. And she is thriving. So definitely make sure y'all say hi to her if you see her in these social media streets. All right.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so this next one, we're gonna laugh a little bit because we had a special recording with the amazing Miss Coco, Melanie, as some may know her. And she gave us some fashion tips, but you know, if you know Coco, you know Coco, okay? And you will see by this clip. Go
There's
ahead.
only one Coco.
Unless your body trying on, you put on a whole lot of checks and you shape like a Build-A-Bear. You don't want to do that. So you want to mix and match and make some solid at the top, a solid at the bottom with a print.
Let's talk about leather and like feathers and
Woo!
like furs. Okay, let's talk about it. What do you feel?
I think them leather, the fox leather, that everybody got up money to buy leather, but a cute fox leather suit would go beautiful on all shapes. But don't go in there buying them real tight, and you look like you got on a whole plastic bag, hefty garbage trash bag. Be mindful.
Not a trash bag.
So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that.
Patent leather.
Doggone
With a hat to match, looking like Houdini.
Listen, Coco's gonna be real with you, okay? She is going to be real with you. Hello, Miss Renata.
Hi,
Hello. But yes, Miss Coco is gonna be real with you.
I'm sure she will not approve of my.
We were talking about textures. As you can see in the beginning of the clip, she was talking about checkers. And then, I asked about a couple other ones. Now I know no one's wearing feathers anymore because Joe is like, feathers?
All I can think about is Big Bird. Somebody looking like Big Bird.
Okay.
We
Feathers
ain't
are
doing that.
right.
We're not doing that, sis. We're not doing that.
But she definitely she is for all women, and I love that about her. She helps every size, every shape embrace their beauty, whatever it is that you want to do and be, you can definitely do and be and look great. And she definitely gave us a lot of great tips. She even shared, some of her moments of, people showing her, correcting her with her fashions until she got it together. And so, as we said on that episode, be very mindful. It is demure, very cutesy, and being very mindful. So that definitely was a good show. Great time. You will definitely laugh on that episode. So our next one, we definitely wanted to get into some health things with women in October. So Joe, talk a little bit about this clip.
Well, our October month, we have brought on, I didn't know this clip was in there, but our guest speaker was a close friend of mine, Tamia. She talked about women's health, and she was very educational about it, and let us know about the different things that could go on with the woman's body, all the way from mental health to physical health to emotional health, and it's how it all ties in together. And she let us know a lot. It was very, very informational. So let's go ahead and watch.
Yes, and this clip you're gonna laugh. Just watch.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Try it at night, or try the liquid form, because there is liquid fish oil.
So have you had the liquid before?
No, I have no problems with the pills.
I'm scared to take the liquid form.
But try it at night.
I ain't tried none of it, so all this ain't helping me.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And I'm
Yeah,
with you,
try taking it at
ATL.
night.
I'm with you, April. I don't know about the bacon. Mighty Father, help us, Lord. Oh,
It's
Lord
not good for
Jesus.
you.
I
It's
know. It's a
not.
processed meat. I thought it came straight.
What about turkey bacon?
It's bacon. It's all
Turkey
processed
bacon?
meat, honey. It's processed. They take
Chicken
it through the
sausage.
processor.
I said the
Process.
chicken sausage too. No. We're trying to make it work, aren't we, Joe? We're trying to, but it's probably for our good, Lord. It's for, as you can see, we had a time trying to process a healthy choice.
Now
Miss
all I can think
Mia,
about is fish oil.
definitely. Okay, now I still ain't tried no fish oil. Okay.
You ain't missing
Um,
nothing. Don't worry about it.
Good. But otherwise, from that, have you made any changes? Have you done anything different?
It's a good question.
You're still processing. I get it.
I have increased some of my vitamin supplements. So I will say yes, I have.
Okay, and I agree. I've done the same. Have I let go of the processed meat? We're still praying about it.
Okay, I will say that I've backed up from some of it. I will say that.
You.
Yes.
I am proud
I
of
will say
you. I love that for you. I
No,
love
but
it. So we're gonna do better in
we're gonna
2025.
do better. Yes,
We're gonna do better, right?
we're gonna do better.
And I hope you all are doing better as well. But definitely, I could say I've definitely helped. It's helped me with my stress levels and making sure, I'm doing things to find better ways to release that rather than consuming it with other things and things that do not suit my health very well. So I recommend every woman to definitely look into that episode on women's health that was back in October. All right, we are almost coming to an end. Here we go. Our next clip was our very last episode with such an amazing guest, Mr. Preston Johnson. And I mean, literally 2 minutes into the thing, our minds were blown.
I was like, oh my God. He
I
came
mean,
out the door
really,
with some stuff, dropping bombs. Like,
listen,
boom.
listen. And me and Joe was talking afterwards. He was like, "We're going back and watching that." Okay.
Ever.
And, shared it with some other friends and did so. Just
That
watch
part.
the clip and you will understand why we're saying this. So, how do you show up for all these hats? And still, while you're creating, this new one of whether it's entrepreneur or motivational speaker or whatever the case may be, like how do you show up for the responsibilities?
I think I always tell people you have to have a strong network, right? You show me your network, I'll show you your net worth. You have to be a person to be able to surround yourself with people who are willing, capable, and then locked into what you're trying to accomplish. In other words, you cannot do it by yourself. You may do it for yourself, but you can't do it by yourself. It is an impossible task to do.
That's so powerful. That's
Right.
powerful.
It's extremely powerful. And I mean, he started off talking about your why, and then just that part, like you have to understand you can't do it by yourself. And in that moment, like I knew, I was like, thank you, Lord, for helping me see. Because Tea Time with Liz wouldn't have been nothing without Tea Time and Friends. Okay. And I thank God. I
And
knew I needed
would not
help.
be nothing without this.
Okay?
But
I mean, it works both ways, right? Like, so, man, listen, got my
amen.
life.
When he said that, I know that this term is usually said in a negative way, but I see it in a positive way. Birds of a feather flock together.
Absolutely.
You are who you hang around. Are you hiding from your tribe, Where's your tribe? Support is the key. That's right, Rhonda. That's right. Support is the key. And that also it also makes sense that why you can't connect with everybody. You have people who want to be a part of your circle, and I know that that's kind of hard to say because it's not really cliquish, but sometimes a person won't fit. Like it's like a puzzle. Sometimes God won't allow that person to fit, or you to fit in a certain circle or a certain piece, and that's why, because they're not on the same path as you are.
Absolutely.
So you have to allow yourself to be a part of the vision that God is showing you, the place where God is trying to take you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, and he even talks about, and we asked a lot of questions about just having that control, right? Like not being afraid, not hovering and hoarding everything, and not trusting, like you said, just God will divinely connect you. And I think there's something in that. Like there's always something that we have to be divinely connected to.
Mm-hmm.
And God will lead your steps and guide you in that. So everyone is not a tribe member. Yes, it's all about it really is. And I always say this. I always say, Lord, pick my friends, because I can't pick them. If I pick them, I ain't gonna get nowhere. But I need you to pick my friends. I need you to pick the people I should be divinely connected to in the right place in the right time. But go ahead.
Miss Friendly Me, I be trying to be everybody's friend. I be all over the place.
Okay. And then it can be hard. It can be hard for people who are people, right? Because you're like, I just want to love everybody. Come on, let's be friends. But I had to learn that the hard way, literally. Seriously, it doesn't stop you from being who you are. But in order to know, once again, your why, your purpose, you have to make sure you have your exclusive circle, that divine circle. So and there we have it. Now, Joel, guess what? Your girl forgot the clip about our Mad Hatters. I forgot about our crazy episode where we were wearing all the several hats, and I had it. I had it. Hopefully I'll find it later here in the episode, but
I forgot we did watch that one.
We did it. But those are most of our episodes that we did. Once again, we had a great time just loving on each other, supporting each other through it all, and having some good laughs along the way.
Amazing speakers.
Amazing guests. Do you hear me?
Yes.
So profound, so rich, so pure. So we just want to shout out all of the guests, even if we didn't make the clips. We thank you all for your time and your efforts, for just supporting once again and sharing your story, sharing your wisdom, your experiences here on Tea Time. And so your girl did a little digging, even though I forgot a clip. I went back all the way to our first ever episode, and which was last year, December. And I remember asking Miss Jo a question about what her 2024 would look like. Look at this clip. 2024. If you could put it in one word, what would you say your word is going to be for next year? I'll start with you, Jo. I'll start with you.
Shift.
Come on, shift. Yes.
Shift.
Yes. Shift. Okay. Why you say shift?
My goal for 2024, I typically don't make goals for the new year, but I keep hearing create space, make room. Take up space, take up space, take up space. That's what it is. Take up space. So my goal is to take up space, because I'm so used to standing in the back and being quiet and be like, okay, no, I don't want to be seen. But I have taken, I know that that's not where I belong. So now I'm going to take up space, because that's where I belong.
Come on. You eat at the table, sis. Come on.
I'm going to take up space and just trust.
Yes.
Space and trust. Shift. So that shift can
Shift
take place.
take place. Wow. And she was spitting wisdom then, and she's still spitting wisdom now. She done took up all the tea time space. Can you see it?
Rhonda, and you did. I
She
did.
did. And she did it. But there was more. Talk about it, Joe. Say it. What happened this year?
Man, the way that there was a shift. There was a shift in me that happened. It was like I can't even explain it. It just happened. It was just I wasn't even aware that I said that. That's so weird. That's so weird. But it just happened. Like it was kind of like I took a step forward and things shifted. And there was like so much fear in me around that time. And I was like, you know what? Just whatever. My posture was yes. And then ever since then, stuff started shifting. Yeah.
Ever since then. So okay, so now you manifested your shift this year, and you did that. Okay. And you did it.
Amen.
So what are we looking like? What are we looking like next year? What we speaking? What we saying?
Next year, my word is emergence. I am emergence. I'm taking off. I'm merging in.
I love it.
I see
Okay,
that.
why emergence? Like, explain a little bit more. Explain.
I gotta pull up the definition of emergence. Okay. And be praying because I have to plug in my computer because it's about to die.
Oh no, Lord. Keep her, Jesus. Keep her.
Give me one moment. Just give me one moment. Emergence. The process of coming into view or becoming exposed after being concealed.
Okay, say it for the people in the back again. One more again.
The process of coming into view or becoming exposed after being concealed. Or the other definition says the process of coming into being or of becoming important or prominent.
I love it. And you're prominent. Okay. And you're it. Okay. Love that.
I'm like, wow, because I've been like hidden. Like there's a lot of people who don't know me, and I'm okay with being hidden. I'm okay with being sitting in the back and being in the back, but it's not the season for that. So
not. But this is the season. This is now. Now is the time. Now is the time. And I love that. I remember, y'all, I'm going to just give a little testimony. I remember when we first started connecting and we were going to do this, and she's like, I'm nervous. I mean, even her as a guest, she was like, I'm so scared. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do it all. I said, you got this, though. But you got this. And look at her flourish. Like it just, I feel like a proud little sister. Like I'm just so happy for my big sister. She sees what I see. She sees what I see. I love it. And I love it. And that's what it's about here on Tea Time. We are here to support each other. Just not me and Joe, but we're here to support you all as well, to find your purpose. And don't be afraid. Step out. Do it. It is okay. Do it even while you're healing, and watch the Lord work in your life. So I'm so glad, and I'm looking forward to her emergence next year in 2025. All right.
Yes.
So let's see what your girl Liz had to say last year. Have said, but I think it is all in collaboration of what you have said. Is I would say for next year it is purpose driven. That everything is purposeful. And you have to go, you have to drive, you have to just fulfill what the Lord is asking of us, and it's going to take a shift. And I do believe that there is double. That we also know that is the season of open doors, right?
Yes.
And so that is definitely connected to shift, because an open door, a walkway to another place, that is a transition that God is taking us to different places. And that's why I say it is purpose driven, that we are going to be in rooms that we probably don't belong in. We are going to be in spaces that we never thought we would be. So everything you all are saying, I think, the very same thing, it's just been given to me different, and in a word or in a phrase of purpose driven. So between
Yes.
shift, purpose driven, and Kwana, shoot, I didn't even forgot what you said.
Double. She had double.
Double.
I got
Lord,
the
double.
double.
There you go. I got caught up on the double. Isaiah, you got scripture. Isaiah 61. All right. I mean, between all that, I think I'm just gonna be honest. I don't even remember saying that, y'all. Your girl don't remember saying none of that.
But you did.
But I did. And to be honest, it really did happen. I shifted. I've seen double for my trouble.
Yes.
But I stayed focused on purpose. It was hard. It was hard, but I called this last 2 years actually my faith walk, which my faith walk still is not done. We walk by faith every day, but this was like my Noah's Ark faith walk. It was like my Abraham, my Esther. Like you just trust God regardless of what it looks like, what people say, what could happen, what can't happen. Just all the things. And I tell you what, I have seen God do so many amazing things in my life.
And he's not done.
And he's not done. And even just taking a year off, a year and a half off of working, and he sustained me. Like, you don't get that everywhere. And you can't get that with nobody but with God. Granted, yeah, I may not have had the
And the
lavish things, but it worked.
peace you had with it, though, the peace you had with it during that season,
Girl,
you carried
listen,
peace with it.
peace, joy, happiness, like it was one of the best 2 years of my life,
Yes.
honestly say that, because even in this year, this year actually, I received my college degree in marketing, which that was a 20-year journey he brought to fruition for me, and now I'm working in a nonprofit. And I love it. I love the people. I'm loving learning a new language now. Your girl about to be bilingual. Okay. Um, and it's so amazing what God will do. But one thing I could say in it all, under purpose driven, is staying committed to God's will. Like, I could have never imagined any of this stuff for myself. Um, it was only God and God's will alone. So, what do I have coming for myself next year? I don't know. I don't even know what to put next year. Like, I'm going to say this. This is what I've been saying for the last few weeks, and this is what I'm going to live in for 2025. I'm going to live in Ephesians 3:20, where it talks about more than we could ever imagine or think, that God will bless us with more than we could have imagined or think. And I told myself a couple weeks ago, I said, I'm living in the things I couldn't think of. I'm living in the things that go beyond my mind, the things that God chose for me that I could have never imagined. That is what I'm living in now. And that is what I want to continue to live in 2025. I feel that.
I like that. That's good.
And so that is what I'm doing. I'm going to live in Ephesians 3:20, 2025. There we go. All right. Hang on, I need a moment. Lauren,
That was
Lauren,
good.
come on up, Lauren. Okay, come on up. We want to shout out our girl Lauren, who has been the help in the back, and she's got her jammy jams on. She's got her earheads on, her Christmas gear. Lauren, how are you tonight? You gotta unmute yourself. There we
My
go.
bad. Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. We want to just say publicly, we thank you so much
No
for taking
problem.
your Mondays and helping us in the back, making sure we get the comments. We start on time, we end on time, and all the things. So we love you to life.
Love you
But
guys
what are you
too.
expecting in 2025?
You said, what am I expecting in
Yeah,
2025?
what would you say your 2025 is going to be?
I think my 2025 will be. I need to start committing more, so I think I'm gonna work on that in 2025.
Okay. I love it.
Mhm.
All right,
That's good.
commitment for Lauren in 2025. What would you say this year you kind of learned all around? What was your life lesson in 2024?
uh, don't put trust in men.
Come on, I love it. Sorry. Yes,
That's Bible.
that's Bible.
That's word.
Yeah.
Explain though. Explain why you chose that verse.
2024 was just really a test of faith, I guess. I really truly got put in situations where like I had to depend on nobody but God. And so I definitely think that this year just taught me not to depend on I love my parents, I love them dearly, but it taught me not to just depend on my parents for everything, not to depend on friends and family and grandparents and stuff. They're just people at the end of the day. And so yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Laura. Come on,
Oh my God.
emojis. That was good. And Lauren,
That is good.
you can tell the tea time people how old you are if you want to, but Lauren is young. So for her to say these things, I commend her. You ain't getting nobody under 25. Now I'll give her that, right? I won't say her real age.
21.
She's 21. So she's under 25 and she's speaking
Big
as though
maturity.
very wise woman. And so I
Yes.
commend you, Lauren,
Thank you.
for just taking that moment in life to reflect, to analyze, to know. And I promise you, God will never fail you. So I'm glad you're learning that now. You don't have to learn it later, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies, is there anything you would like to leave the guest with before we hang up? We call it quits for the year?
Have a wonderful, happy, Merry Christmas. I don't want to say happy holidays because I believe in Christmas. So Merry Christmas.
All right, Lauren, anything you want to share? Anything you want to say?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy
New Year.
yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah.
All right, well, you heard it here from the Tea Time crew. And we just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. We hope that it is happy, joyous, and full of life and love. We hope that you walk into the next year with great expectations and you end the year with great expectations. So until next time, next year, we'll see you next year on Tea Time with Liz and Friends. Have a good one, everyone.
Good night.